Hello again. Now, the Shembe leader Unyazi Lwezulu and his congregants are visiting former President Jacob Gedleyihlekisa Zuma at his eNCA home in KwaZulu-Natal. The influential church boasts one of the biggest memberships on the African continent. Its leaders say they are unhappy with the ANC-led government, accusing it of neglect. Well, watching that visit is senior reporter Siphamandla Goge, who's joining us now live from eNCA. Good afternoon, Siphamandla. Tell us about this prayer and its significance. What is happening right now?
Well, it's a very important prayer for former President Jacob Zuma in particular. This visit is very significant for him because it was initiated by the leader of the Nazareth Baptist Church, the Ebuhleni side of the church, and that is Inkosi Shembe Unyazi Lwezulu. Right now, as we speak, the president or the former president has received those blessings from the leader of the church who prayed for him and said, Inkosi Busise. And earlier on, they had an engagement, a private meeting inside former President Jacob Zuma's homestead. The former president is facing legal challenges and legal battles as his fraud and corruption trial continues. And he spoke about it earlier on. Right now, he's busy enjoying that traditional song and dance that my colleague Bongam Kize is showing you. Former President Jacob Zuma enjoying the traditional song and dance. What is happening in front of us is that you've got Iskungu Samakhosazane who are performing. Behind Iskungu Samakhosazane on the other side is Ingudlungudlu or Mama Bebandla Lama Nazareth, and then on the other side on my right is what is known as Injobo. This is the male group which is performing here, and they are busy with their traditional song and dance. It's colorful here, and on my far right, my extreme right on the other side, which Bonga will show you shortly, is what is known as Iskoshi, which is also performing its traditional song and dance here at eNCA as the former president is enjoying this dance. So that's what is happening here in eNCA right now as thousands of members of the Nazareth Baptist Church, led by their leader, Inkosi Shembe Unyazi Lwezulu, have come in their numbers to support the former president who's facing serious legal challenges. They've come to basically give him moral support. And when he spoke earlier on about legal challenges that he's facing, this is what he said about his fraud and corruption trial, basically maintaining his innocence. Let's take a listen.
Akekho umuntu lapha osake waba necala elilodwa kuze kuhlangana amashumi amabili eminyaka lingapheli, kuthiwe liyaphela kodwa lingapheli. Akekho umuntu omuhle ngenhliziyo nonothando kodwa ungcolisa igama lakhe iminyaka ngeminyaka, imsakazo ikhulume ngayo, imethuka ithunyiwe abathile bakhuluma izinto okungekho nobufakazi obuncane nje obutholakalayo. Ngibona ke ngalokho ukuthi inkosi ihlale yabona ukuthi nanga umuntu kaJehova okudlalwa ngaye. Ake ngihambe ngiyokhuleka emzini kababa wakhe. Nginethemba ukuthi lo mkhuleko uzokwenza lukhulu.
Now, Siphamandla, the ANC leadership in the province, I understand they were also present. What did they say?
Indeed, they came also to show their support to the former president. They were led by their provincial chairperson, Sponiso Duma, as well as the deputy provincial chairperson, Nomakuku Simelane. The leadership of the ANC in KwaZulu-Natal saying they understand historical ties between the church, the Shembe church, and the ANC in particular. They said they were here to show that support. But remember, all ANC leaders, starting from Madiba in the past, they have visited the Shembe church before. It's not something new that a leader of the ANC or leaders of the ANC will visit the church. From Nelson Mandela, former President Thabo Mbeki, former President Jacob Zuma, current president of the ANC, Cyril Ramaphosa, visited the Shembe Church in 2017 before the Nazareth Conference. Ace Mahashule, Dr. Zweli Mkhize, Dr. Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma, Lindiwe Sisulu, all those leaders of the ANC have been to the church, Ebuhleni side of the church, asking for blessings. Last weekend, Dr. Zweli Mkhize visited Ibandla Lama Nazareta eNyokeni Royal Palace during the 9th Royal Sabbath and Umgidi ceremony. Sponiso Duma saying, well, they came here to reaffirm their support for the church. Remember, in the past, the church had complained that the ANC-led government had neglected it. So they are trying to revive those relations, long-standing relations. But also, remember, this visit by the church leadership to former President Jacob Zuma, it's very significant in a sense that even though privately we do not know what the leaders discussed, but in terms of the politics of the ANC, leaders of the ANC, as I've alluded earlier on, they do frequent the church when it's time for conferences to ask for blessings. This time around, former President Jacob Zuma, it doesn't look like he will be contesting, but he has endorsed Dr. Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma to contest. The ANC PEC in KwaZulu-Natal is endorsing Dr. Zweli Mkhize. So behind the scenes, you would get a sense that both leaders may have spoken about socio-economic challenges facing South Africa. At least I overheard them during their brief conversation in public when they spoke about socio-economic challenges that are facing South Africa. But behind closed doors, I'm sure they would have touched on other significant developments and discussions that are taking place in South Africa. But this is what Siboniso Duma said about today's visit, also touching on the upcoming National Congress of the ANC in December, reaffirming KwaZulu-Natal's support for Dr. Zweli Mkhize. Let's take a listen.
We are very solid. We are gunning behind our comrade Zweli Mkhize, who's going to be taking us towards the conference and the entire collective. We are happy.